Hello, my name is Jeff Taylor. I'm the curator of equipment and rolling stock here at the Colorado Railroad Museum. We are inside former White Pass and Yukon Coach 286. We are going to talk about the rebuilding of this car into Colorado Railroad Museum Parlor Car 86. In 2015, the Colorado Railroad Museum was in need of some more passenger equipment. We had been using former Georgetown Loop equipment, but as it disappeared, we needed to find our own equipment. Surprisingly, we found an ad on Craigslist for some passenger cars for sale from the White Pass and Yukon. Museum staff members traveled to Alaska to assess the equipment that was available and picked out or selected 2 cars to bring home. After the cars arrived at the Railroad Museum, they were missing their couplers. The White Pass and Yukon uses 3/4 size couplers, whereas the museum here we use full-size couplers. So we had to very quickly install couplers on the cars and make some physical modifications and used couplers that we had on hand here at the museum. The plan was to do more work to the cars, but time just didn't allow for it, with the historic equipment taking the priority, of course. So for the longest time, they ran around the museum still lettered White Pass and Yukon, and it seemed kind of strange. Why are these cars here with other railroad lettering on them? Part of the history of these cars is that the White Pass and Yukon built this series of cars in the 1960s and 1970s as a means to just getting more equipment for them as well. Since they're non-historic to the state of Colorado, that gives us the freedom to do any modifications we want without just destroying historical integrity. So 2 years ago, we already repainted and relettered the 2 cars. That was as far as we got as far as the work was concerned. But then the idea came about of making these cars a little more comfortable and a little more accessible. One of the things that the museum has been lacking for a number of years is a completely enclosed, wheelchair accessible car. One of the main reasons why we're rebuilding this car is we're going to modify the end of the car so that it can actually fit a wheelchair inside, and we will have an indoor car for both Polar Express and our normal daily and summer operations and other larger events where we can actually get a wheelchair inside a car, no matter what the weather condition is. So the plan is to remodel this car mostly on the interior with a little bit of exterior modifications. The biggest changes will be gutting the entire interior of the car, repaneling the car from ceiling to floor. We're replacing all of the floor. It'll have carpet. The seating arrangements will be changed to freestanding chairs with tables at each window post. We're also replacing all of the windows with modern RV type windows that'll be double pane sliding windows, so now you guys can ride in the car and open or close the window. We will also be modifying the doorway at one end of the car to be wide enough to accept a wheelchair. We will also be extending the platform on that end so that the wheelchair can be rolled on, turned, and rolled into the car. Other modifications to the car will be getting rid of the coal stoves. We will be adding suburban propane heaters at both ends of the car with propane tanks mounted underneath this car. We will add a gas-powered generator to power the lights and the audio system. We will be upgrading and actually installing lights in the car along with LEDs for Polar Express experience. We will also upgrade the audio system as well. As of this time, so far, what we have done to the car is we've completely gutted the interior. We've pulled all the old window frames out, as you can see behind me. We started replacing the floor panels already. We have 2 more layers to go, excluding carpet. We will be modifying the doorway at the other end of the car. We've already started removing the end platform railing, and we will soon be extending the end beam of the car. We have one of the new style windows we've already purchased for test fitment and other modifications if need be, and so far we're happy with what we have. Exterior-wise, on this car, we will once again repaint the car and re-letter it. This time it will be Colorado Railroad Museum Coach or Parlor Car 86. Long-term, I'd like to also modify the couplers again to a more modern design and use these old historic couplers for the historic equipment. We hope to have the car completed before the end of summer, so it'll go in service for Day Out with Thomas and, of course, for Polar Express. Once this car is completed, sometime next summer, we plan to start on the other car. It will most likely remain a coach, but we will upgrade the windows, the exterior, the interior paneling, and modify the platform and one door to also have wheelchair accessibility. And the biggest thing will be upgrading the seats so that they're a little more comfortable and it's easier to walk down the aisles.
The Colorado Railroad Museum would like to thank the Emery Rail Heritage Trust for their support of this important restoration project. If you enjoy our content, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Sharing and commenting in particular may qualify as virtual engagements for important funding programs like the SCFD.